opportunity also present our countries that place people should understand that we're fighting a war. We need everybody to put hands together. Let us succeed. And the asymmetric warfare we're dealing with is not only to Nigeria alone. West Africa, the Sahelian area, and in fact, if actions are not taken, it's going to involve the entire world.
You mentioned a few good guys are trying to do a good job when I talked about corruption.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
We're just good guys just trying to make sure that our country is secured, and then some individuals seem not to be happy about it, and doing everything possible to throw us under the bus for whatever reasons. Like I told you, what I realized over time, I've been in service for almost 33 years. Anytime we seem to be succeeding, somebody throws something at us. And the question is, why? Is it because we're succeeding, or you don't want the country to move forward? What is the aim? What's the intent? That's the question we're asking.
You seem to be posing those questions not to me, not necessarily to our viewers.
Not the war. Because that's what will be the next thing. Once you allow one comes in, the other one goes the other way. And before you know it, there's conflict. We want West Africa to be peaceful.
What about international forces outside West Africa and outside Africa?
Nobody. We're good to go. We're good to go. All we're doing is, as we speak, we still have our troops maintaining peace within Africa on the United Nations mission. We still have them.
General, are we going to be sitting here in 15 years' time having the same conversation?
Not at all. Our wish is in the next possible 2 years, we should be done with it. We're heading there.
What does success look like for you when it comes to the fight against ISIL in West Africa and Boko Haram?
Success, well, in life, there is never a situation where you have peace 100%. Nowhere. It doesn't happen. Not in any country. But what we see for us, success is when Nigerians can sleep peacefully, can go to work, children can go to school, hospitals will operate, markets will operate back to how Nigeria used to be.
In the time that we have left, I'd like to talk about some of the Red Sea on the East Coast.
Yeah.
How do you explain that, and what security implications does that have for you and your army?
It's concerning for us that we're having those that have taken over unconstitutionally. In Nigeria, we had our own history of coups, and that's passed. Nigeria presently, nobody's interested in coups. Democracy will thrive better in a democratic environment, and that's what we continue to do. So we will dare to protect democracy. For the countries that have carried out coups, we're still discussing with them. Just recently, we finished the African military games. Mali, Burkina Faso attended. Libya was there. Niger, Chad couldn't attend, but they gave us intention where they wanted to come. And we're working together militarily because we know the challenges we're facing need all of us working together because the enemy does not respect borders. So that's why it's important to speak that. But for coups, we try to encourage them to, the issue we have with Niger, people thought it was Nigeria against Niger. Nigeria doesn't have any issue with Niger. We share a border of 1,500 kilometers, 7 Nigerian states. We should have cultural, religious affinities together with them, so we cannot afford to be enemies.
How committed is Niger to your north in sharing the fight against Boko Haram?
No, they're very committed because they equally know that we need to, together we are stronger. If we are alone, we'll be exposed.
This is even in the wake of a substantial amount of Russian mercenary influence in the country. You trust them?
Yeah, I've been to Niger. I recently visited Niger, met the chief of defense staff. I didn't see any Russian there, but I was there because we know that it's important that for us to continue to work together, which is very, very critical. But like I tell you, we will not allow any nation have a base in Nigeria.
I suppose if economic and political unity in any way starts.
Not our own government particularly, our government are doing the best we can. But there's an international system. Like I said, we don't produce, we need to buy. So going to buy sometimes a bit difficult, getting these items.
And who are your security partners in the region? Am I right in thinking Nigeria does not have any foreign bases on its soil?
No, not at all. We will not encourage any foreign bases. We have the capacity to secure our country, to secure the sub-region, and to assist Africa. We have that capacity. All we need is to continue to do joint training, which we do, get equipment that we need to help us project these moves.
If you're playing this almighty game of catch-up to deal with a type of warfare that you have never dealt with before, asymmetric warfare on this scale, you most certainly need partners. Given the wave of coups that we've seen across the Sahel region, military juntas being established, the influence of Russian forces, particularly Wagner mercenaries in these countries growing by the minute, who are your allies
Well, for now, Nigeria is standing on its own. And you know, Nigeria is a non-aligned country, which means we have freedom to operate with any other region, any other bloc together. And what we are doing is that we're still conducting is for training. For training purposes, we have our officers and soldiers training all over the countries. All our friendly partners, we are together with them, we are working. All we are saying is that we don't need anybody, any boots on ground. We'll continue with our joint training, we'll continue with our joint courses. All we need is ability to get these equipments. That will, and I will show you that we can secure our own area.
Why are you so resistant to boots on the ground from friendly nations?
Because it creates more problems.
In what way?
In what way? I mean, you imagine you bring country X into your country. The next thing is, you know, most of the other terrorists will also want to come because they have grounds against them. We don't want Nigeria or Africa or West Africa to be torn into a proxy war, because that's what will be the next thing. Once you allow one comes in, the other one goes the other way.